As hard as I may try, sometimes my enunciation is not all it could be. And, if my viewer happens to be hearing impaired, even the most clearly spoken narrative may be incomprehensible. For these reasons, captions are a desirable feature for videos. Happily, Camtasia makes it relatively easy to create captions. Before creating captions, and I often also do this when working on other aspects of my videos, I like to lock the existing tracks on my timeline. This prevents me from accidentally altering the content that I prepared previously. There are a couple of ways of doing this. Start by going to the left side of the track where the name appears. If you hover your cursor around the right edge of this area, 3 icons appear, arranged vertically. The bottom one will lock the track. However, as I've learned from painful experience, the middle one does something entirely different, and undoing its effects can be quite labor-intensive. The top icon will both lock the track and make it invisible when the video is played. So if you want to use the icons, make sure that you click the correct one. Personally, I generally don't use the icons. Instead, in the area to the left of the icons, I right-click and select Lock Track. While you're doing this, you might also check some of the other options. Now, assuming you've locked your existing tracks, let's proceed with creating captions. Position your playhead where you'd like to start your first caption. Then, on the left side of the screen, click on Captions. To add a caption, click on the green Add Caption button. A text entry box will appear at the bottom of the canvas, and a bar representing the caption will appear in the timeline. At this point, having a previously written script comes in handy. I can just copy and paste from the script into the text entry box. Once you've entered the desired text, save it by clicking somewhere outside the text box. If you subsequently decide that you want to edit the text, just double-click on the bar on the timeline. In choosing how much to include in a given caption, I try to follow 2 rules. Number 1, try to have the caption start and stop at natural breaks or pauses in the narration. Number 2, limit the length of the caption so that it fits within 2 lines on the video. Adjusting the start and stop times for a caption is done in the same way as for everything else that I have introduced so far. In the timeline, just click and drag on the left and right ends of the caption bar. Before adding the next caption, I suggest moving your playhead beyond the end of the caption that you just completed. Otherwise, Camtasia may attach your new caption to the end of the previous one, and that makes it difficult if you want to move the start time of the new caption. To create that next caption, just click on the green Add Caption button, then proceed as described earlier. In the next video, I'll explain how to generate your video, because of course that's why we're doing all of this.